Meanwhile, I'm sitting here just going, yeah, but no one ever talks about, like, how dwarven police work. You want metal bars, eh? Well, we got metal bars. I just need to let you outside. Also, apparently there's a dwarf stuck out here anyway, so... Alright, I'm gonna go refill my water and take a quick toilet break. You guys watch this dwarf. Maybe. Another goddamn artifact. Pice Buffoo. What all did you grab? Spider silk cloth, bayberry wood logs, opals, goose leather, rose gold bars, quartzites, limonite. Interesting. There's a giant mole in the fort. Now there isn't. Well, there's about to not be. But yeah, no, we're just kind of pulling out the tail end of this, unless somebody decides they want to drastically extend the stream time. But what I'll say is, like, if we do just play out the timer here, we kind of go until we hit, what, another 50 minutes or so, then the next hour. If we just play that out, I will be able to go to sleep and wake up and stream tomorrow. So. An unhealthy amount? Well, I took a lot of days off last week. I only streamed about 4 days last week. I mean, I'll tell you this, my back fucking hurts. My shoulders are getting stiff, certainly. No, it's not crazy. I mean, I'm completely awake. I could easily finish up with a 24-hour here. At this point where I'm at right now, no problem. Retile the entire fort? Oh, you mean make everything look pretty? I do actually want to do that. Primarily, whoops. Rag the Engraver has created Il Bomrek Pice Buffot, a limonite ring. Claims it is an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Locum Crazy Rocks. Cupo, that biatch. I mean, I'm going in that direction slowly, although I don't like making my stuff perfectly symmetrical like Kyopo does. I could see myself going in that direction. 85,200. This is a laminate. Nope, that's a mug. Did you not just make a ring? I'm very confused. Maybe you already grabbed it. Are you hauling it? Nope, no idea where it went. No, I know. Like, he's told me the story. I'm well aware of who made him this stuff. It's cool. Yeah, I have no idea where the fuck this artifact is. Is it really a mug? Am I going crazy? The craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with round laminate cabochons and decorated with goose leather and cave spider silk and encircled with bands of oval laminate cabochons and rose gold and oval onyx opal cabochons, goose leather, bayberry wood, and this object is adorned with hanging rings of laminate, menaces with spikes of milk quartz. I'm just getting fucking tired. That's the problem here. I'm just getting fucking tired. Yeah, no, I don't think I'll ever go full Cupo. I'm definitely gonna make this entryway all one color though. I'd really like to make it all cobaltite. But that would require a lot of cobaltite. But we'll see. It's not extremely high on the priorities list for me, so whatever that's worth. Don't you tell me what to do. You're not my mom. If I want to make it cobaltite, I'll make it fucking cobaltite. I'm not giving Cupo a run for his money, okay? And gold and silver? I'd need to find gold or silver first. Quite happy with the windows, though. All the gem windows make me happy. Also, because we actually have easy access to wood now, can actually make barrels. Just get everybody underground. I mean, I know he uses DF hack to like spawn in materials and places and stuff too, which is like, and that's the reason I don't think I'm ever gonna go fully in that direction, is because I like just letting the game be the game without using DF hack and all those tools. I know a lot of people disagree and are like, oh, you know, you're just making life hard for yourself. It's like, yeah, to a degree. I like that. I like the masochism. So I'll never get to that level for that reason. But as again, I don't. He's already doing that shit. I don't need to clone what he's doing. The in-game labor is still required. No, totally. I mean, not totally, but mostly. I won't disagree with that. I think everybody who plays this game, especially people who create things and put it out there for people to watch, need to have their own style. You know, Kyopo's style is making amazing art pieces and then posting the gif of it on Reddit, and everybody's like, holy fuck! That's Kyopo's thing. My thing is I try and observe story and make lore videos. Krug Smash's thing is he makes big series. You know, everybody kind of needs their own thing. Losing is fun, writes a webcomic based on events of stuff. I mean, I think it's better than MS Paint, but It's like psychedelic album art covers. Just use MS Paint. Not quite how that works, but. Also, like, you know, one of my favorite things to do in Dwarf Fortress is to put, or just tell the dwarves to auto mine out an ore vein, and then just put my bedrooms organically into that ore vein, which always looks awful, is terrible for your frame rate, and generally a really bad idea. I do it anyway, because I think it looks cool. So that's the sort of stuff I like doing. I don't always do patterns. This is like the most patterny fort I've done in a really long time, if not ever. This fort is more elaborate? What do you mean by this? Constantly you try and build cities, gotcha. It's good to have a random pattern. This is much more patterny, but the reason this fort is much more patterny than other forts that I've done is because they're supposed to be intellectuals. But I'm still gonna make some weirder shit. This is just looking more and more like a candle as I stare at it. This looks like a frog with a weird hat. Yeah, it's a melted candle. I mean, that's my library. Supposedly, one of my scholars wrote a book. I can tell when I've been streaming too long because I get thirsty really quickly. That's how I know I've been streaming too long. Also, Splooge, if you're still lurking, the comment of everything looks really professional now is like one of the nicest comments anybody can say to me. Because to me, like, my stream is super unprofessional looking and it's kind of garbage in comparison to some, but you know, we're all our own worst critic. We should also start prepping for having a Baron. Hydro homies is some communist propaganda. Trying to cause division. What? Explain like I'm 5. Sorry, I'm too sleepy to understand this. Oh, we had combat. Gorlak and a helmet. Snake? Yeah, that's fine. Bumping that timer up a wee bit, eh? We
woke up and you're still going.
Still trying. Still at it. Yeah, I mean, if we play the timer out from where it's at, kind of finish it up, do the 17 hours, I could probably stream tomorrow. I have no idea what you're even talking about, so okay, Sputs. Also, do me a favor, try and avoid using the R word here. It's like one of my pet peeves. Alright, So we are going to be getting a Baron. Baron's going to want a throne room and their own place to eat. Yeah, it's just... It's not even that it triggers some, it's just shitty. Like, it certainly doesn't, in quotes, trigger me. It's more of just a word people shouldn't use anymore. I had to scold my dad on saying that once. Yeah, cheers, dude. That's all. I kind of have, like, a small handful of off-limit terms for my chat. It's the R-word, N-word, and anything that's kind of derogatory against LGBT folks. That's basically where this chat's at. Anything else is basically fair game. Fuck, shit, cunt, whatever you want. Don't care. In this channel, we appreciate moist. I never said you could talk shit about furries. When did I say you could talk shit about furries? Furries are lovely. Except for when they don't shower. Then they're not lovely. The rest of the time, they're lovely. I ain't no furry, but furries are lovely. I don't know. You'd have to ask the furry. Well, wouldn't that be LGBTQ plus? Question mark? Actually, not another. Or as my rules say, don't be a wingnut. We're probably gonna get along. Also easy on the politics. I want those crystals, so let's dig out another round right there. A gremlin! Where's it at? We found a gremlin! Naked gremlin. Well, I will send my dwarves to kill it, but let's follow it. I mean, if we can catch it, but I don't have any cage traps set up to catch it, so probably not. Yep, like we literally had this conversation earlier about how some streamers are wholesome and chill like me, and then some streamers are garbage human beings that shouldn't have the opportunity to put their opinions out to a crowd of people, but unfortunately have massive audiences. So. No forgotten beasts forgotten beasts yet. So far, the only real enemy has been our own dwarves, actually. I did have a giant bat, fly into the fortress and beat the shit out of a couple dwarves before falling out, which was lovely. Oh, absolutely. Which is why, like, I don't judge based on community that people are part of. I judge based on how the person acts. If the person acts like a piece of shit, the person's a piece of shit. Doesn't make the community a piece of shit, just makes that person a piece of shit. And there's plenty of pieces of shit in every community. I was a piece of shit for years. Oh yeah, we found caverns. It took us a little while. We were literally just looking at them. Here, I'll do a zoom down for you. Keep dwarves in check? He did, though, with the most recent update. So this is why it took us forever to find the caverns. This is the first cavern layer. And then that's the second one, which is where we're chilling in. And then that's the third one, which we sort of accidentally found. But yeah, no, I personally think that the most recent update, I've been able to rehabilitate dwarves from like hyper depression back up a number of times just by making really nice fortresses and giving them what they want. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. This piece of music here. I like the soundtrack a lot, but that one track there's annoying. But yeah, no, the most recent update like, it's not a perfect fix, and a perfect fix would just make the game too easy, frankly, which I certainly don't want. I know some people disagree with me on that one, which is fine. But personally, I like where the difficulty curve is at for the game. The game feels challenging without feeling stupid. And if you give the dwarves what they want as they ask for it, yes, they will come around and be okay in the end. Caps. Let's do caps and gloves next. Are we doing on silk? One of the less common losses for the average fort? Depends on how you're managing your fort. Are you sending all of your dwarves out to haul corpses after a fight? You should lose a percentage of them to stress, because that's normal, that's natural. Makes sense. To me, if the game is doing things that are illogical, then it's broken. But if the game is accurately representing a psyche, I don't believe that's broken. And if you were told to, you know, run outside after all of your friends died and hauled their bodies, you'd get stressed out too. Would you necessarily go insane and, you know, stab people to death? Probably not, but... Also, hello, Gandalf. Do you ever walk into a Twitch chat and just type in "you shall not pass"? What do you do to prevent bad psych instances like that? Well, look at your dwarf and see what they want. Dwarf is uneasy after being able to pray. Okay, so they've had too many jobs. They've had too much to do. So I have two options here. I can either A, put them on break, force them out of work, or B, remove some jobs from this dwarf and let them have some leisure time. What does this dwarf want? Also wants to pray. Same problem. But that dwarf's currently praying, so they're okay. This guy, what do you want? You felt self-pity after being unable to practice a martial art. All right, so you want to train in the military for a bit. You also want to practice a craft. Well, that's better than a martial art. So currently we're making a lot of clothing. I'm going to swap you over to clothes making, and then bop up here. Make another clothes shop. Stuff like that. Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White? I mean, your name is Grey, so I just kind of was running on the assumption. Okay, so long-term goal for this fort, I do want to dig too deeply with this fort. Because, you know, the quest for knowledge knows no bounds. So that is kind of why I'm building this, is because I'm kind of hoping that we can make demons come up and, like, fight in this area. You know, you gotta plan ahead. Right? It is the same person, but... That's also another... It's magma's a possibility. I don't know. I haven't decided whether or not I want to bother building all the fucking pump stacks. Pump stacks are such a fucking pain in the ass. But I might, because the cavern layers are so close together. Masterpiece coffer, no less. Ugh, math in a video game. It's not just math, it's more the number of times I've built, I don't know, 24 pump stacks, got one of them backwards, and then had the whole thing just break. After spending like hours building the fucking thing. Or like, you're pumping magma, right? And you put one wood pipe into one of them on a misclick. And then you're just sad. Hey, Joopy. We've been on for a bit. Started like 8:15 in the morning. It's now 12:30 at night. So like, yeah, I've had that happen one too many times that we'll see. Maybe I'll get ballsy. It really, yeah, I don't know. Depends. I might do it. Also, Freskins. Very happy at work. Imagine, these dwarves must have really big knees. All those stairs. Working on those hoods and vests. Working on those socks. Caps and gloves. We're slowly getting their clothing moved over. Them thighs, right? Seeing some goblins drown would be sweet. Yeah, it would be sweet. Yeah, no, those are definitely some strong-ass dwarves. Glutes the... It's like I could crush a bronze colossus in between my fucking thighs level of dwarf. By the dining hall? I mean, that's probably why you've got shitty moods then. Those dwarves see the creatures fighting and they have poor panic attacks. They don't like violence. It's the players that like the violence. Dwarves are just innocent bystanders in all this. This is going to be the dining room for our future Baroness. Baron? I'm actually not sure if it's a Baron or a Baroness. Johnny, are you a boy or a girl? Where are you, Johnny? She. Baroness. Did you just pick up some new clothing? I think you did. Got yourself some nice gloves. Let's make this wood stockpile bigger. Currently, literally our only defense in this entire fort is the fact that we're hiding underneath a locked legendary artifact hatch. It's our only defense. We literally have no means of defending ourselves currently. So I'm just very much hoping that this particular fort does not get attacked by anything silly. Satisfied at work, blissful remembering, performing, tenderness upon talking with a spouse. You don't seem super thrilled about being a scholar anymore. I'm gonna remove you from that job. I'm also going to go over here, take you off of hunting and related because we don't need you doing that. What do you want to do with your life, Dwarf? I want to create a great work of art. Let's put you on weaving. And stone detailing. How's our other scholar doing? Interested after reading? You're just reading and reading and reading and reading and reading. Currently you're constructing buildings, but what about you? Wonder, remembering, communing. Restless being unable to practice martial art. You want to practice martial art again? Well, I mean, Smithy Mel. You are in a squad of your own, quite literally. It's time to get the Shielded Beards training again. Regardless of what that pit gets filled with, though, I'm really happy with how this fort looks. So happy with all of this. This fort is lovely. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I mean, we're a population of 30, so there's been no combat, quite literally. We haven't been sieged, just some random big-ass animals attacking, because untamed wilds. This has basically just been a creative build for it, really. I'm not nearly as good as certain other people at setting up impenetrable defenses, so... If I increase the population cap, certainly we'll get sieged by goblins immediately. Which is going to be a plan. Part of the reason for that, though, is I want to keep the frame rate high. So I can just build this really big fort. Another thing that I'm kind of thinking about doing is I have these lovely pillars. What if, like, I put pump stacks in the middle of them, had water in the bottom, and then pumped water up through the pillars to spray onto the bridges? I wonder if I could get enough water that things wouldn't be able to cross the bridge. That's also an idea. Kind of really want all that taken out of there. Fill that in. Why would it freeze? It's not touching the surface. It's underground. It won't freeze. Actually, we'll leave that for later. It won't freeze if it's underground. It'll only freeze if there's air reaching the surface. Make it all muddy, yeah. Not if I changed them to drawbridges, then we could just pull the bridges back and plop them back down. Which is the thing I'm considering doing for large portions of this is like this middle bit here, probably. And then this one over here, make them into mostly drawbridges so we can... I'm also kind of thinking about going up above this, up here, and hollowing out around all of these, all the way down, so it's like a giant pillar, basically, at the end of this open area. I mean, I could make atom smashers, I could drop things down. I mean, how many Z levels is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not quite enough to kill things, just with the fall alone. So I don't know. I mean, right now, I'm just kind of hoping I don't get sieged, and if I do, I'm just kind of planning on locking the door. We're actually at war with elves and goblins. I need to make more beer. Brew. Wine, actually. That too. Although I'm pretty good at, like, canceling the military. Just, you know, like everything else right now. Trolls fighting with a helmet snake. Cool. Yeah, I'm phasing out a little bit. Right now, it's like time for one of two things, right? It's either time for me to wind down, kind of call it, or it's time for me to make another pot of coffee, eat a sandwich, and power through to finish the 24-hour. It's kind of where I'm at. But it's highly likely it's wind down time, I think. Like I said earlier, we did really well on this marathon. You know, and I'm definitely making up for all the time that I put into RimWorld over the past few weeks. Not that I need to make up for the time that I put into RimWorld, but I know some people were saying that they were missing Dwarfs. Let's at least open these up to claiming. Also, somebody's probably going to have a panic attack when they see me put like a 11-hour VOD up on YouTube. That's going to be a little bit, I wasn't actually thinking about that until just now, and then I was like, oh my gosh, actually, shit. Let's squish those corpses that I got in there right now. Make that active again. Actually, no, not that one. Let's make that one active again. Oi, morning. How you doing, Peter? 4,000 hours. Did you lurk it all night? Damn, dude. Who actually has the most hours? Yeah, I think you're in like the top 5. Okay, I have the most hours. It's okay, so it goes this order, right? Me. Crocodile. So me with 9,700 hours. Crocodile with 8,400. Trashy, who's been around the stream as long as you. I've played Keeper RL. I've just never streamed it. I put like 3 or 4 hours into it off stream once. Crocodile Trashy, who's as old as you, and my hair just scared me. Naughty Shapes with like 6,000. Skynet, like 6,000. Bellinair with 6,000. Lagman. Couple bots that don't count. Cooler, 5,000. My mom has almost 5,000 hours. Jesus. Mother. Okay, I lied. You're not in the... you're in the top 15. Hello. Couple bots. Yeah, there's a bunch of bots that just fucking lurk in your chat all the time. I gotta go pick out a bunch of them. Like Virgo Pros, V&K. There's a bunch of them. G2A code stealing bots, lurk for lurk bots, that kind of dumb shit. Satisfied teaching about dodging, worried about unable to pray to their god. Fondness after interacting with a pet. What's your pet? Holy crap, you have a lot of passing acquaintances. 2 pet cats. My mom actually has like a 30-month streak with Prime. Like, shoutouts to my mom. My mom, like, is dedicated about that stuff. And is the most consistent user of my Amazon referral links. Dude, if you gotta sleep, just sleep. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Enjoy the lurks, okay? There's some pretty hilariously terrible ones, too. That are, like, really, really, really bad at fishing. Twitch took forever to kill it. Just nuke it yourself. There's this guy that goes by the name Dong Awareness, who we thought was a bot for a while. Who would just pop into the chat when we're doing stuff and just chatting with the records. And would just spam giant ASCII dicks. And we were convinced it was a bot for a while there, and we're just like, ah, fucking hell, it's stupid bots just like trolling, yada, yada, yada. And then one day, I was like, are you a bot? Like, just bluntly to him when he did it. Are you a bot? DMs me on Twitter. I'm not a bot. After I'd banned him. And then pops into the channel again on a different account and goes, no, I'm not a bot. Like, it's just what I do. Fucking shoutouts to that crazy man's dedication. I respect the hell out of it. And it's really funny because if you look on Twitter, there's a lot of people who are convinced he's like just harassing women on Twitch which is totally not true because it totally spams at me. And in my opinion, there is a level of trolling that should be tolerated on platforms like this. Like, if there isn't that random idiot who just pops into your chat and posts a copy pasta of Mario shitting, if somebody doesn't do that, like, at least once when I'm just sitting in a big directory like that, Twitch is dead. Like, it's not actually hurting anybody. If you get offended by that, I'm sorry, you need the thicker skin. It's just, I don't know. I find that shit way too fucking funny. I find that shit way too fucking funny. Sure, there's a fine line between trolling, just being an ass, and being really entertaining while also still being an ass. Yudos Kush, the miner, has been possessed. Ultra. I mean, it's my unwritten rule about trolling is, if you're gonna troll, be good at it. And the reason I found Dong Awareness fucking funny is because his account is named Dong Awareness, which is just really funny in and of itself. Like, it's a good username. And you know, half my mods are trolls. Like Squug exists. Squug is a fantastic troll. Spring has indeed sprung. You have the randomness of a troll, Squug. More just a jokester. Could you work with that? You're like the chat jester. I mean, sounds like a part of Twitch that I would avoid. Spots. Squig likes his memes. There we go. Squig, don't lie. You're a bit of a mean lord. Rectangular yellow. Okay. Gems, leather, logs, more gems, more gems. Tower cap logs, slate, phalite, phalite. Oh, those are just being hauled. Never mind. I was like, what? Could really use a cup of tea, which I think is what I'm gonna do. As soon as that timer runs out, I'm gonna go make me some tea. Still making them trousers. Yudos Kush the Miner has created used to run all Sask the Vanud. Another fucking hatch cover. This is fucking fantastic. This is the third one. This one's worth 46,800. This is a Fellite hatch cover. All craftware ship, of course, is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with tapered baguette-cut milk quartzites and decorated with tower cap and giant deer leather, and encircled with bands of marquee-cut yellow saspartines. And this object is adorned with hanging rings of Fellite and menaces with spikes of Fellite, slate, and gold opal, and spore tree. They do really like hatches in this fort now, don't they? And they also really like giving the artifacts to me. Like, I've only had one dwarf claim an artifact as a family heirloom. Every other dwarf has been like, yep, this is yours. Actually, know what I'm gonna do with that one? I'll put one there. I'm actually gonna go up here and remove that one from there. I'm just gonna make 3 extras. We're gonna remove that one because that one is also an artifact. And I'm gonna use those 2 as insurance policy in case the cavern layers get overrun. Then we can just seal it. Actually, maybe don't put it right there. Maybe put it a little bit further down. Like, right here. If that makes sense. Although, to be honest, I'm totally fine with dwarves really liking hatch covers. And there we go. So we get the 2 artifact hatch covers, which they get to run past as they head down and up and down and up and down on layer 99. That'll hopefully help moods, actually. Satisfied at work, euphoric due to inebriation. Run past. Blissful remembering a great bedroom. Kind of hoping that dwarves are getting better clothing. You got new socks, hoods, trousers. Trousers are the big one. Mittens. Mittens! Fucking mittens. How are we doing on cloth? Cloth. Silk mitten. 30. Keep at it, dwarves. Come on. We're kind of slowly becoming crafts dwarves. It's funny, we go from like one thing to another. Gotta love those barrels. Those nice, like, fucking blue barrels. Oh, look, another gremlin. Kill it if we can. Alright, I need a... stockpile right here. It's not going to be for animals. Need barrels. I don't think... Oh, they're there. Barrels. Buckets, weapon racks, coffins, thrones, beds. So could put pots there if they're in here. Bins, buckets. Millstones, beds, traction benches. List of parts, that's fuck it, it's fine. Just put barrels there. Negastrel Bermensical and the surrounding lands have been made a barony. I now have a baron, chat. Johnny is now our baron. I don't know if Johnny Woodota is hanging out, but we're now a baron. You are now a goddamn baron. You and your husband, Yudoskosh. Don't think he's lurking, but let him know tomorrow. That can be our Baron's tomb. Need decent quarters. You've got a grand dining room. Need better quarters. Quarters aren't too difficult. I was actually kind of planning on putting the Baron's quarters right here. Okay. Five minutes almost. 7 minutes left on the timer. Getting there. Also need chest, weapon racks. Being randomly DM'd on Steam, in my experience. It means someone's fishing. Means there's a pretty good chance someone I know's Steam account has been compromised. It's happening a lot recently. I feel like a lot of people don't have proper multi-authentication set up on their Steam accounts. So yeah, be careful of who you give your Steam information to, chat. Yeah, no, this person's just like, hey, I really need to talk to you. And I'm like, who the hell even are you? Because I think I know who this person is. It's someone that's been on my Steam friends list for forever. Let's see if I can actually figure out who this person is. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna remove this person from my friends list. Remove his friend. Makes things easy. Okay. I couldn't even be asked. They can sort it out themselves. There's another streamer. Because you won a game a while back. I have quite a few people that have changed their names a dozen times or so, and they get difficult to keep track of. Especially when someone randomly DMs you out of nowhere and you're like, who are you? And then they just type in their username. It's like, I don't actually know who you are, so I'm sorry. Especially at like 1 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Tuesday. What the hell? All right, guys. So we got 2 minutes left on the clock. I'm just gonna say it's time to save, I think. I think it's time to save. Now, there is, of course, the off chance that somebody extends the timer right now. I'm gonna say, please don't. If I go to bed right now, I can get enough sleep that I can stream tomorrow. It'll be a short stream, but I can do it. I think we're gonna do that. Not bad. Almost 17 hours, guys. Almost 17 hours. We started with 7 hours on the clock. And between tips and bits and the 1 gift sub, we did pretty good. We did pretty good. We did pretty goddamn good. So. Dwarf Fortress, everybody. Marathon stream, so that I can afford toilet paper. At least that was the reasoning on Twitter. But I hear it's a hot commodity these days. Realistically, the thing I do need isn't toilet paper. I need toothpaste. I'm about to run out of toothpaste. But thank you so much to everybody who threw bits, resubbed, threw a tip, hung out, chatted, talked, enjoyed this long-ass stream. I've been missing these long streams, and I haven't had the endurance to do them recently due to, my head not being in the greatest of space, but seriously, thanks for hanging out, guys, okay? Now, we do have quite a few viewers here. I run 60 seconds of ads, and then I'm going to host my friend Dyer. Dyer is currently playing RimWorld. He's playing in the Halcyon Hot Seat, and he's one of my teammates, and he was just on a 10-day vacation, so we're going to go give Dyer Dwarf some love. But like I said, I'm going to show a round of ads, and then I'm going to host him. Just hang out here, or tab out, mute the stream. Those sticking around does help. And I will host him as soon as the ads are finished. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, more dwarves, right? I guess our kind attracts more. But I will stream tomorrow. Assuming I get to bed in the next 40 minutes. You guys have a good night. If I'm a little bit late tomorrow morning, sorry in advance. But there will be a stream tomorrow. Cheers, guys.
hoping for a one-word concisely, but that's a good one. Hey, Blunt, how you doing? I feel like the cat brings out maybe some southern in me, too. Yeah, I don't know. I like thinking of words, though. I'm big into that, so apologies for taking some of y'all's